Running a little late this morning. So right. Where's this little prick's tunes? Okay. Let me see. Connect your Bluetooth. I must have connect.
Bluetooth pairing.
Bluetooth pairing. Tunes. Where's the piano stuff? Where is it? Where's the piano shit? I'm so disorganized this morning because I got more sleep. Oh, hello, Demon Hunter Barrow. Welcome to PEINTEIGU. Running late. I might not even bother with this fucker. If you're here, like I'll just chat. Unless you want to hear some piano. Would you like some soothing piano played by our little shit? Formerly known as Sidekick Bear. Now known as just little shit. Were you around for that fucking, like, for that idea that I just, like, formed out of nowhere? I was like, I just thought I thought it'd be hilarious one stream. I was like, oh my god, I could get a little fucking, yes, some piano would be fine. Excellent. Right. I shall give you some piano. But yeah, this is supposed to be Sidekick Bear. Because I noticed that Owen didn't have Sidekick Bear on the stream in the background for like ages. And everyone's like, oh, he's off in Tel Aviv and all. Like, so I came up with a skit that I found the prick in Temple Bar, which is like a famous like area in Dublin City here. You know, like always loads of drinking, fighting and shit, like mad chaos and stuff. Like, so I was like, I found him face down in Temple Bar in a puddle of his own piss, and I have rehabilitated him as a piano player for me. Like, and I gave him a little crown. Like when I did it, Papa J and I turned the stream on and I had this chap playing piano and all, and Papa J and Scouts thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, right.
Daddy, have lost your...
Fuck off! I'm not your daddy. Don't you be calling me daddy. Right. Maximum volume. That's all. That's just the reaction I wanted out of BB. Like, that's what when I sent him that letter about the fucking Ira, taking the piss away from the Irish and all, like, and making them pay for their own piss and stuff like that. Like, he was like, this is actually pretty funny and all. Like, and Baller Bear was like, fell to his freckled colored knees, where it was hilarious and all. Like, so like I can't write. I can write funny shit, but like I don't do it very often. So like, but yeah, I thought it'd be hilarious for like when sorry, it's fucking the tunes are actually so loud because the speakers are beside my head right now. I'm gonna roll a cigarette and I'll stop talking. And you can listen to some piano while I roll a cigarette. But yeah, the fucking the dream is for Owen to like see a clip of PEINTEIGU one day and just be like, the fucking Sidekick Bear. Like I actually try. I don't think he can see it anymore, really. But I tried to like put a little bit of white on his nose. Oh god! Right. You may have your piano while I roll a fag.
Maximum volume.
Let me know how it sounds. If it sounds like bad when it's too high, I'll like lower it down.
Maximum volume.
Or I'll just accidentally hitting the fucking. Right. Can you hear it all right, yeah? Because I'll go back and I'll watch the streams and like flick through them to see how the sound is coming across now. Like I need to get like mics and stuff like, or at least just a better microphone or something for the laptop or some shit like. Excellent. Will I stick on some Bach? Like, considering that's relevant. I think I have some Bach here. See you! Get the fuck off my stream, you you frivolous whore! You and your expenditure-driven fucking shit. Right, a bit of Bach. This is fucking violin. This isn't piano. Sounds like he's playing a fucking cello in the background as well. Like. I need piano. Okay, that's all fucking like. Fuck it. Maybe I'll buy him a little prop violin. It would be funny actually if I like drew a little bear in like different positions with different instruments. Like I might I'll get a crowd of them going. There's basically like two intros to PEINTEIGU. There's the lazy intro where I just like sit here and roll cigarettes and drink my coffee while a little fucking sidekick bear effigy plays piano. Oh god. Oh. Got way more sleep than I fucking. This is rubbery. It's not a bit better. organization of everything on this desk is like horrific. Oh, fucking hell. I was doing like my morning stretches this morning, and like I'm starting to feel myself getting like stiffer in the mornings. Oh Jesus. Fucking, but like muscle and tendon wise, because the change in temperature. It's starting to get cold again. Starting to feel stiffer in the mornings. It's like, been taking that deer antler powder. Oh fuck. Okay. Right. Enough of you. Get the fuck off. Like, it'd be hilarious if I actually like built him a little cage and put him back in it, like, or if I just slammed his face off the fucking piano and got rid of him every time. Like, I would love to have like little puppets and stuff. Like I was a huge fan of the Muppets, and what were the other things? There was the Muppets, and then there was another thing. Oh, like Sesame Street and shit. Like, obviously, when I was younger, like. But dear God, like Muppets Treasure Island, and jeez, the shine off the fucking window with the sun coming through. Jesus, that's intense. That's definitely some fucking what do they call it? Fucking, I don't know. I'm being drowned out by the light or something. Like, it's just like, oh, fucking. As you can see, I live in heaven. Just like blinding light, like right outside my window, like a trap door for the little shit would be. Oh my God, yeah, I could put them on a little box and then just like pull it at the end. I'd have to make sure there was like some fucking there was a cushion. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I would actually have to create like a soft landing, even from like a small drop, because if I like, obviously it would be fucking it'd have to be like really accurate just to pull him and not the piano and shit. Like, and he's made of paper. That's like the second, like how fucked is that? Like, I'm so neurotic. I'm so like analytical that like someone will just like pose an idea, and I will immediately start going through all the steps that I would have to do to pull it off. And like, I think that's why I'm very impulsive, like, because my brain will go, I can do that right now, and then I'll just like do it. Oh, fucking hell. That's actually that's what started me on the painting the stuff I'm painting. When COVID hit and I was working in a warehouse, fucking cycling 14 kilometers to work every morning, and then like doing a day's work and then cycling 14 kilometers home. Man, when I got home, I was fucking bollocks, like. And all the COVID hit, and I was like, fuck this shit. You know, like, fuck all this. Like, I finally get a job where there genuinely seems to be some stability and chance for, like, you know, a career or some shit, like, or skill. You know, like, I was on my way to, like, you know, trying to get like a forklift license and stuff like that, like, and COVID fucking shows up, and I was like, right, fuck this. So I was just like, what money I had at the time, I spent on like a load of these foam boards and a load of paint and brushes and stuff. And I already had a few art materials sitting around from years ago, because I was always a bit of a doodler and like people buying me stuff over the years. And the reason I bought the foam boards is because I did a fucking course in this like government funded education center, for like it's usually scum, like really low class members of society, economically speaking, go to this place. It's called FOSS. It's just like FAS. Further, I actually don't know what it's called. Fucking some like further academic services or some shit, maybe, I don't know, like, but it's been around years, like, and I went and I did sign writing and welding in that place, right? And when I think I did welding first, and I was like, this is deadly, and I'm really good at it. Like, like the fucking your man, like, who was coaching, teaching the class and all, like, he was like, you're really good at this, like, and it made sense because like I was good at drawing, I was good at my hands, like I have a really fairly high level of like hand-eye coordination, and that's what's required in welding, is like patience and focus and just like attention to detail and like all these. It's a beautiful skill, and fascinating skill to learn welding, all the different types of materials. And there's like three major different forms of welding: TIG welding, which is like mainly for aluminium or aluminum for you Americans; MIG welding, which is like manual metal inert gas welding, I think. And that's like is exactly what it says in the tin. It's like they use like acetylene gas and like something else, like two different forms of gases, and then like a belt fed wire, like a copper weld kind of thing. Like, fucking mad when you're trying to get the fucking voltage on those things right, and there's just sparks flying on it off everything. Like it feels so dangerous when you're doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? Because you see the result of the amount of power being transferred through the metal and stuff, because you have to ground everything. So your table's metal, and you have to like clamp and ground everything, and then the second you touch the tip of whatever, like whether you be doing TIG, MIG, or MMA, because each different, like, so MIG is this big like wheel fed wire thing. Fucking Demon Hunter, you're probably sitting there going, I know, I'm a real man, I can weld. Like, but for those who don't, TIG, you have this like tiny little like gun little thing with a nib on it, and you manually insert a aluminium rod as you melt the metal, and like that's what you use to weld two pieces together or whatever. Like, very difficult. Aluminium fucking melts like fucking tissue paper. It's like, it's so hard to get the right temperature and the right flow speed to, in my opinion anyway. I found aluminium welding much more difficult, but then again, everybody does, because it is more difficult. It's far more delicate, takes greater knowledge of voltage tuning, and using the correct tips and technique and stuff like that. Like, my favorite was the MMA welding, the manual metal arc welding, which is like, you just basically have a handle that's connected to your welding machine, and you just like insert these rods into the handle. So you only have so much metal to use, because the rod is the metal that you're infusing into the two pieces. But it creates this like fascinating learning curve where you have to, like, as you weld, you have to compensate for the fact that the thing you're using is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it's gone, right? And that's the total opposite of MIG welding, which is belt fed. So you can stay at the same distance, at the same angle, and the same temperature and the same voltage for long periods of time, while this thing is just fed through your gun, and you're just like, eh. So I'm assuming that's the one that's used on, like, big projects or some shit like that, like, But the MMA welding is like fucking class. Really, it's almost because it's like weld, reload, weld, reload. Like you're playing fucking Time Crisis or something. Like, I'm such a man. Like, when it comes to stuff like that. What was it, Chris Gardner and fucking BB were talking about last night, where it's like, the reason why people love Owen is because he's a man. It's like, I have that. I am like, I can be like filthy, like, I'm like, my fucking breath stinks, and I've like food in my beard, and I'm like disheveled, and I don't care what clothes I'm wearing. But like, it's because I'm like doing stuff. I'm like, practicing martial arts. Like I'm meditating and like sweating all over the place. I'm like painting stuff for like long periods of time. So I'm just like sitting there with a load of like shit around me, like covered in paint, and like my hands are dirty and there's like graphite and paint in my nails and stuff and all, like, and like I brush my beard and like, try to maintain. I wear a hat a lot of the time, but like that is so me. Like I don't want to look like scum, so I kind of like just kind of assert myself as a gentleman would do before he leaves his domicile. But like that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like I do actually like fight, like, because I had a best friend for years who was like very fashion conscious and like really looked after himself. Like he did. It's not like he wore cologne and like wore like put stuff in his hair. He didn't use like hair products and stuff, like. And he was a bit of a dorkbag, like in a man sense, like lazy and stuff like that. Like, but I suppose that's a negative quality. But he was this skinny jean ankle sock. Where the ankle socks and skinny jeans is what did it for me. I was just like, fucking hell. And like everybody gave him shit for it, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, and he'd sit with his legs crossed. Do you know what I mean? Like one leg over the other and all. And I'd be like, this chap's half caste, supposed to be half black. I was like, how do you do that? Like, do you know what I mean? If you've supposedly got this big dick, because I can't do that. It's like really uncomfortable, and I don't have like a massive cock. I'm Irish. Like, cocks only get so big on this island. There's only so much room for big Irish cocks on an island this size. Oh God, Scott's like, I really do appreciate the benefits of ego destruction. Humiliation can actually have its benefits, but it's very traumatic. I was in this thing called the Gaeltacht that we do here, which is basically like a summer camp where they teach you Irish. You're supposed to just speak Irish the whole time. Everyone's speaking Irish, like, and you're out in the country, you're out in the sticks, the coast of the island, like, and where people still speak it fluently and shit, like, just fucking sheep and 100-year-old walls all over the place, like. And the first time I went, I think it was the first time I went, I hadn't discovered porn. I hadn't discovered masturbation. I was a very innocent and naive child still when it came to stuff like that. And the next thing you know, I'm going into secondary school. And that secondary school in particular, you had to be fluent in Irish. And I was not. I was not fluent in Irish at all. So I had to go to this. I didn't have to, but I chose to go to this thing for 3 weeks. So you just get on a bus and you get shipped off away from your parents for 3 weeks. I was like 14, 15, for like 14, 15. Still hadn't really like kissed a girl and stuff like that. Like, I was like overweight, acne, riddled with acne. I had spiky hair. Brutal. And we go to the fucking thing, and I'm now in a room with four lads. I don't know. I'm the fifth. I think, it was like four lads on bunk beds, and then one single bed in the corner in one room, and then in another room it was 2 lads in bunk beds. So there was like 7 or 8 of us in the house. Some of them were really nice guys, got along with them great. There was one guy that was a fucking psycho, like real buff, fucking fake tattoos. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, fucking tattoos. And I remember looking at it being like, why is it blotchy? And he was like, oh, it's henna. It's not like permanent. I was like, so it's not a tattoo. It's like, it's paint. Like, it's like, whatever. But he was overtly sexual. Like, he was very aggressive. Like, I don't know what, like, maybe he was on fucking the teenage equivalent of roids at the time. I don't fucking know. Like, or just like the home he came from was very like, I don't know. I can't imagine what his father was like. But he was like ripped and like really aggressive, full of energy, loud, really loud, like alpha to the max in a bad way though. He was obnoxious, rude, arrogant, like, the whole fucking 9 yards. And this guy, like, is like whipping his dick out, like, in front of everyone and all, like, you know. And I was shocked. I was not that like, I was a nerd, you know. Like, I wasn't your your stereotypical nerd. I was big, and I was not really ugly. I was still, like, you know, maturing. I was like growing into my face. Because I was a really cute kid, like, you know, I was a really cute kid, and then I hit my like, you know, young teenage years, but I started like hitting puberty and shit, and I like ballooned out, put a lot of weight on, really bad, like bad acne, like I fucking sores on my face, like, do you know what I mean? Like I'd acne so bad that like I got to the stage where I started opening them with razor blades to relieve the pressure and shit from my face because they were like coming out like welts and stuff, like. I'm convinced all that stuff is a result of this injections and vaccines and shit, like. But anyway, so I was in a house full of young teenage boys who were like a year or two older than me or the same age. I was 14. I hadn't been exposed to all that stuff. Granted, like, you know, one of the first movies I ever watched with my father, I was like fucking 2 or 3 as far as I remember. And it was fucking Conan the Barbarian, you know. And I vividly remember the sex scene between him and the witch, and then he just like throws her in the fire when she tries to kill him. So that was my introduction to sex visually as a toddler. I remember me dad being like, me mom was like, should he be watching this? Like, and my dad was like, he doesn't even like know, like, you know, it's not registered. Like, my dad made so many errors. It's like so many fucking errors. Brother Scouseborough, welcome to PEINTEIGU. You're gracious with your presence. Are you still on the same site, or what's the crack? Can you chill, or are you just dropping by? I'm currently on a long rant about so basically I've been telling Demon Hunter Bear, like, what started this rant was how humiliation can ultimately be a good thing, but it's very traumatic and shit, like, you know, obviously. And the long and the short of it is, while I was in the Irish equivalent of a summer camp, learning to be able to speak fluent Irish, going into secondary school, I was 14, and I was in a house full of lads and shit, like, you know, and we were doing this thing at night. There was a hill behind the house we were staying in. It's fucking just in the middle of nowhere, like, do you know what I mean? So as rural as you can get, nearly like wild. We're just in this bungalow. And the window in our bedroom, there's 5 of us in the bedroom, 4 lads in 2 bunk beds, and then 1 guy in the corner. And the guy in the corner's bed was where the window was. So we were all getting up on this lad's bed, and we stripped down to our boxers. This was like the challenge, you know. And, you know, when everyone's doing it, you're like, all right, yeah, I don't want to look like a bitch, so whatever. Like, so it was like, it was cold, it was wet, it was pitch black, and it was like really slippery. And it was quite a steep, large hill right beside the house. And there was also a lot of like cinder blocks and stuff, because the guy who owned the gaff was like, you know, building his own shit. So there was like a myriad of, like, it was like a gauntlet. There was a plethora of items that one could have smacked yourself, skewered yourself, scraped yourself, and bet yourself off of in the pitch black, like, right? The only light was coming from our bedroom window that we were leaving to enter the darkness into. And the challenge was basically to strip down to your boxers, bail out the window onto the fucking gravel, you know, then run across the garden, through the construction site, and up the hill, and get to the top and come back down, and like see who does the fastest, or see who can even do it, like, you know. And one of the lads went and then came back, and then I think another one went and came back, and then it was my turn, and I was getting ready to go out the window. And this little fool called that we had in the house, Enda, right? Like, what a name, Enda, Enda, Enda. Like, what the fuck? He was a gobshite, like a little prick, like little gamma fuck, like the opposite of the other lad I was telling you about, the fucking hyper alpha, fucking in a bad way, like. And he fucking jocked me in front, like, because we're like, you know, I'm getting ready to go out the window. All I have on is my boxers, and he just whips me boxers down in front of all the lads. And, you know, it's freezing cold. You know, my balls are like fucking My balls look like they haven't dropped yet, and my cock is like sufficiently tucked into my stomach because it's freezing, like, you know. So I look like I have a tiny cock. And they all start laughing hysterically, you know, like I've already whipped me shit up, like, and I'm like, you know, turning a bright color of red, and he starts like, it's like a little snail and all, like, do you know what I mean? Fucking brutal, like, you know. So word spreads that, like, you know, the ginger in that gaff has a tiny penis and all this fucking shit. And no mess, for years I had like small dick complex where I was like, do I have a small dick? I mean, like when a bunch of lads look at you and they laugh and, like, you know, they're like, ha ha ha. That's like, I mean, it must be small because, like, they must know how big their own cocks are, and like the fact that they think my cock is hilarious looking, like, isn't that logical? Like my penis must be insufficient. Clearly, I have an inferior cock. I later found out that I do not. I in fact do not have an inferior cock. I don't have a superior cock. I have a exceedingly average cock, and I am grateful for this. And that's why I think. That's why that's why I know ego destruction can be so useful. You know, I love the truth. Like I love it. I don't worship the truth, but I do. What's the word? I think the best word I can think of right now is love. I love the truth. The truth is almost comparable to being in like to my relationship. I've been with fucking Wishy for like over 10 years, and so much has fucking happened and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? And you could just look at a loving relationship and be like, oh my god, it's so terrible. If you just look at it on any particular day, and then you look at it on any other day, and it's like, oh my god, they're like, you know, they're meant to be together, kind of thing. Like, and it's the same with truth. It's like, this truth is so horrific. How could anyone face this truth? And then like 5 minutes later, it's like, oh my god, that's so fucking funny. That's so true. I'm big into this whole like alchemically transmuting your alchemically transforming your emotions through humor, through your will, through your logos. Do you know, like, cause that's why I love that. What's that Chinese farmer story where everything's happening and he's like, you know, fucking. He's like, yeah, maybe, you know, yeah, maybe, you know, that, like, that's my favorite shit. Like, that's the best attitude to have, is just like, you may be correct, you may not be correct. You can go real far with welding if you're good at it. Wouldn't mind learning it myself. Here was the thing though, I did the course for 14 weeks and I was really good at it and shit. And then at the end of it, they were like, right, off you go, go get yourself a job in welding. You know, like, and then all the decent paying welding jobs with, like, you know, a full like paid contract and all this shit, they're all abroad. They're all in fucking Australia. And I'm like, I don't have the fucking interest or the money or the financial support from my family to just fuck off to Australia. So I'd have to get a job to earn money to go get a job in Australia in the skill that I just learned. Like, none of it made any sense. Like, you know, like, my experience trying to get a job here in Ireland was so fucking stressful and just filled with needless bureaucracy and straight up corruption. It, like, when I first started looking for a job, like right after I left school, one of the most common things this would have been 2010-ish, right? 2011, 2010. So the economic recession or the crash, whatever, happened around 2008, yeah? And this is in Ireland in 2010, 11-ish. And I am like, fucking what, 19, 20, just failed me leaving cert looking for a job, right? So I'm looking for like jobs in, like, you know, warehouses, in like anywhere that's not like a shop where I have to be behind a till and interact with people all the time because I'll pull some fill over a fucking desk. one of the things I came across a lot was, and I found it so retarded. You'd see an advertisement for a job in a restaurant, and it would be like porter or waiter or like, barman, and it would be like 2 years experience required, and it's like, so the only people who can go for that job are people who already have that job, or who've already had that job. I can't even interview for that job because it says a requirement is previous experience. And that's one thing that I always found hilarious, is like, black and white, you'd read all these jobs, and I'm like, I'm not qualified for any of this. If I show up with the paperwork, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I literally, like, I don't tick any of these boxes. So why would I go for that job? I'll go for the other jobs. But people would be like, oh, just lie. Just bullshit your way through the interview. Nobody fucking cares. Which is true in a lot of circumstances. But that, to me, is like, that's one of those things where it's like, when you start lying about even like superfluous, seemingly benign shit, you're still lying. I never understood that mentality of just like, oh, just deceive them. It's like, just deceive your potential employer, like, and you see these like bitches who are like, not qualified in anything, and they get jobs in like design and like marketing and managerial positions and stuff, like, because they'll show up with their tits out and their hair nice and big smiles and like, fucking like, like, and be like, I'm good with people, I'm really nice, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And then you have the bureaucracy of people are paid more to employ more women because of the whole push for that shit. Like, mad stuff. It was so funny. I remember going for an interview in a clothes shop. I was like, it was like Jack and Jones or some shit in a shopping center near me. And I was like, yeah, I'd probably do that. Yeah, I'd have to be behind a till now and again. But a lot of the time I'd just be folding clothes, walking the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that'd be okay. I went for this interview, right? And this foreign bitch with like, kind of broken English interviews me at the same time as someone else, which I thought was really weird. I was like, so we're like competing in front of you for this job? Like, what the fuck? Like, so it's just three strangers just sitting in a small room at the back of a clothes shop. And this guy was an absolute flamer. Like, he was fucking gay as Christmas. Like, do you know what I mean? Leg crossed over, sitting there like this, and like the fucking really effeminate voice on him and shit. And I was sitting there like, like, I immediately was like, there's no way I'm getting this job. This chap, like, even if this chap has no experience in working in a clothes store, he's fucking gay. Like, he's gonna get the job. Like, and it's not because gays are minorities. It's because he may as well be a woman. Like, you know what I mean? He's just gonna be better at the job. And then he turned around and he was like, oh yeah, I worked in Zara for like 2 years. And I was just like, oh God, like, I'm fucking like, you ever been in a position where you just like, every fiber of your being just wants to forgo social etiquette and just leave? Just stand up and leave without saying anything. Like, I was just subsumed by like overwhelming emotions in that moment to just be like, to just leave and not even be like, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm actually just going to leave because it's very obvious to me that, like, you're going to give the position to him, and for the right reasons. Like, I'm not qualified in remotely for this job, like, How dare I use the word qualified for like a job interview for a fucking Jack and Jones store? Like, I love this. Hello everyone, and it's like two people here. Oh, fucking hell. Right, we get the tunes going. I'm a slow burner this morning, lads. Oh, Jesus. Fucking 40 minutes in and me just talking about me past, like. Oh, and I'm not even in character. How dare I? What's that? Something floating in the water. Perhaps it will attack me later. Oh. What do you think, Demon Hunter, about fucking... I think there's a well higher chance of an extraterrestrial or alien, in quotes, army or like group of life forms, rather than descending from the skies or whatever like that. Like I think there's a much higher chance of something coming up out of the ground or coming out of the sea and like just starting to like murder a lot of people. Like I've repeatedly had visions where like you just see it on the news where like a lot of people are just on a beach and this fucking like just really large mutated octopus looking thing just comes out and starts like ripping people apart and shit, like, you know, like snatching three different people at a time and like just ripping them to shreds and shit. Like could you imagine like I love doing this. I love trying to think of like very believable, very probable creatures that could actually be like genuinely really dangerous. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like you see all these like something like Godzilla, like, you know, you're like, okay, well, there's probably not like a genuine Titan lizard that can like, I'm gonna fire my laser like whenever the fuck it wants, like, do you know what I mean? Or like Kong, like maybe like I'd say there was gorillas that were like near that size like thousands of years ago, maybe like when there were giants and shit like that. Like I don't know, but like still, I find it fascinating and greatly entertaining to try and sit down and like construct a creature. Kind of like imagine the guy who came up with, I don't think it was H.R. Geiger that came up with the idea. I think he just did the art. But whoever came up with the idea of the black goo and the xenomorph out of the alien universe is fucking brilliant. The way it like is essentially like a symbiotic parasite or some shit that like takes on some of the properties of its host, and they've got like, you know, acid blood, but their fucking armor is like, you know, immune to the acid and stuff, and like they don't even have any eyes. They just have this like massive fucking frontal cortex and shit. Like, and it's really cool. Like, and it's not like, I know there's like loads of like weird sexual shit, like in some of H.R. Geiger's shit, like fucking, it's like weirdly shaped babies, like in the shape of bullets in a fucking clip of a gun or some shit, like mad stuff, like really out there shit, like, you know. And then you look at the construction of the fucking like the aesthetic of the face hugger, and it's basically just like two hands with a vagina and then a cock comes out of it. Like I remember one of the first times like you actually see like one of them like fully and like how it works and all. I was just like, that's some fetish nasty ass like like literally like fucking two hands and then like a tail and just like a vagina and then like this cock comes out and like the way it like sticks to your face and just like goes down your throat and impregnates you. Like, man, some of the stuff we've watched and grown up with and all, like, and then you just start looking at it from a different lens and you're just like, what the fuck? Oh god. Have I got any coffee left? Is it still warm? Yes. Okay. It's 44 minutes in. Very spiritually stable on PEINTEIGU. Allow me to clarify the air. Oh. There we go. That was a good schmack. Right. And so the ding, not the gong. It's a dong. Yeah, it's not a gong, it's a dong because it goes ding, not dong. But anyway. And so begins PEINTEIGU. Where did I put my cigarettes? Blast it all. Where did I put my... It's not my cigarettes in the fucking water, is it? Did I accidentally drop my fags into Into water? What the fuck? I know I rolled 2 cigarettes. Where did I put them? What is happening? Am I just going blind? Probably. Yeah. I'm actually so confused right now. I must need more coffee. My eyes are broken. What the fuck? Where did I put them 2 fags? Did I actually accidentally drop them in the water? No, I don't think so. Where the fuck did I put them? There's only so many places. You know what I mean? I've been sitting there for 40 minutes just talking. It's not like I've been somersaulting around the fucking room. Oh god. And then on my person, I just have 2 cigarettes just placed upon me randomly that I can't see. What the fuck's going on? Oh god. I'm not with it this morning at all. How funny is that yesterday I'm oh, I've had fuck all sleep. I'm so tired. The second I stuck the tunes on, I was grand. Do you know what I mean? And then I got more sleep. And now I'm fucking gaslighting myself by being no, you didn't roll 2 cigarettes. You didn't roll 2 cigarettes. They're that was a lot. Oh, I found one. Where'd the other one go? I have a feeling that they have descended beneath. I have lots of when I used to do PEINTEIGU on the foam boards, I have a lot of them just sitting there beside the desk, and I have a strong feeling that the cigarettes have fallen in between the boards, gifting me with the glorious task of, I could just roll another one, I found one, but you don't want to just leave shit, drop something, pick it up. Where'd you put it? What's going on? Now I'm wrecking the place. I've knocked over the hat. All the random shit I put in the hat is now all over the floor. This stream has become a farce. 40 minutes in, everything just breaks down because I'm a fucking nicotine addict. Where's me fags? I can't do PEINTEIGU without me fags. Which is, of course, is a fucking blatant lie, but I'm just curious. I know I'm not the only one that gets like that, where you're no, I'm not it's here. I know it's here. I'm gonna fucking find it if it takes me the next 4 hours. It's that level of stubbornness and determination that has allowed me to survive this long as a human being. Right. Okay, you go over there. I'll roll another one later. Whatever. I don't fucking care. Oh, I'm gonna finish my coffee before it goes cold. Right. Where am I? What am I doing? What's going on? Okie dokie. It's time. It's time to get the blood flowing. Okay. There we go. Boom! It's time. Oh, fuck. Oh. Prepare yourself for PEINTEIGU. Where are we? Gambia. We return to Gambia. We have a pimp dragon. Fucking spraying Savannah with a fucking load of Kool-Aid. Because we discovered that Africans don't have dragons. But we all know if they did have dragons, that they'd be purple, gilded in gold, and would breathe Kool-Aid fire. These are facts. Oh God. I like my body's not awake yet. That's why I have the tunes. Helps me, like, you know, I can't like not get in the mood to PEINTEIGU when I hear this tune. It just is what it is, you know. This is why I play the tune. This is why I missed the tunes, you know. I can roar PEINTEIGU at the top of my lungs without the tunes, but it's just not the same. You don't get that feeling in the bottom of your spine as it builds the chi, builds, and it rises. Can you feel it? You feel it? The bottom of your spine is just tingling because you can sense it. Your spidey senses are tingling at the sensation of you realizing that it's near, it's close, it's nearly time for PEINTEIGU! 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 Painting you, painting me, PEINTEIGU, it's PEINTEIGU. Here! Oh, my left hand's empty. That's better. Get it into you! Right. I'm awake now. The god of PEINTEIGU has arrived. Long ago, in the shadow of a great mountain, I, Defenderu, was cast from heaven. I was undisciplined, irresponsible, emotional. I used to paint for the gods, and now I paint for you mere mortals. A price I pay for painting the penis of the Monkey King. It's this big. And so I PEINTEIGU for you and me as I attempt to reclaim my throne as painting god. It may take decades. I might even die before I do it. But I'm immortal, so I will simply reincarnate in a different form and try it again. I might be here for a while. Samsara's a bitch. Or so I've heard. She sounds like a bitch. And shamisen just tickles you awake. Everybody listen to Garlos. Garlos must be listened to. If you do not heed the words of Garlos, I will take that bucket and those sunglasses off him, and you will regret it. Like and subscribe. Pay for PEINTEIGU. Painting goo is free. You may enjoy painting goo freely. But if you have any honor, you will buy my painting goo. Right. So we're in Gambia. We've painted a big purple pimpin' dragon. Purple pimp dragon. A pimp purple dragon. A dragon's a serious player.
Recordings just got
A recording just got back.
Hey,
Fuck
Steve,
you, Dana. I'm fucking
so
sick of
excited
you.
to
I'm
announce
so
that.
sick of Dana from StreamYard. It's not even funny. I actually feel like I know that bitch on, like, you know, a fucking first name basis, like, you know. Hi, it's Dana from StreamYard. Like, and I'm using StreamYard. I fucking love it. Like, on stream, like, using StreamYard, being like, fuck Dana from StreamYard. Like, fucking bitch. Right. The idea I had, because so we have a dragon, and now we have to do a crane and a truck. So I kind of want to do maybe a bear operating a fucking wrecking ball crane, fighting a truck, paint. I don't know yet. Paint. Right. Let's get these bitches wet. It's always important to get your bitches wet. You get out your favorite bitches. You get them nice and wet. And you beat the fuck out of them. They love it. Paint. Get her in there. Down, up to the hilt, up to the neck. Right up to the shoulders, the neck. You know? But not all the way in. And then not all the way out. And then... Oh no! Then you equip your royal rag. Wipe away the evidence. One thing you don't want lying around is evidence. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, the Fender Geppo. For those of you who have still not learned the ways of painting goo, I will educate you. Defender Geppo is when I release chi in the form of a bird. It is vitally important to expel the gases from one's center. Just like one shits and pisses, one must burn. Right. Some yellow. Get the primary colors. Oh, it says like perm yellow. Like permanent yellow. That's perm yellow. It's like, who the fuck has a yellow perm? Like, what the ain't no nigga got no yellow perm. Oh, fuck. Red, yellow, blue. These are the colors we love and use here on Painting Goo. Oh my god, this whole time we've been calling it Thaulo Blue and it's not Thaulo Blue. What the fuck? I would expect... Paint. I would expect nothing less on Painting Goo than for me to completely fuck up and call Thaulo Blue for like fucking 4 streams. When in fact, it's Prussian. Those fucking goddamn Prussians. Paint. Painting Goo. Painting me. Painting Goo. Squirt. Right. So the first thing Will I do the crane? I'll do the crane first. I just have yellow here, so I'll do the crane first. Get that bitch wet. Slap it about. Wipe away the evidence. It's very routine. That's the protocol here on PEINTEIGU. The protocol of PEINTEIGU. One of these days, I think I'm gonna I think I did something similar a while ago, but I want to do like the 3 P's of PEINTEIGU or some shit. Perseverance, passion, patience. It's not bad, actually. You must have passion. You must have perseverance. You must have patience. One must definitely have a fuck ton of patience if one expects to watch PEINTEIGU and see a lot of painting. One must be very patient. Do you know what? I'm actually going to put a lot of white. I'm going to put a lot of white down because that'll show up better. Like, even though the gouache is very like opaque, like I did water it down a bit. Ah, fuck it, it'll be all right. Or will it? I don't know. I think I'll put the white all over the place. So there you go. I've literally just touched paint to the canvas and I've already fucked things up. It was going so well with my beautiful background and my pimping dragon. Second attempt to paint something normal, like a crane. Whole thing goes tits up. Oh god. I think one of these days I'm gonna like inadvertently paint something that's like incredible looking. I'll just be like, oh, look at that. like I actually did that in the welding course. We had an exam on on a particular welding technique, like a particular joint, and it was like when you take two bits of metal that had a V edge to them, so you've like a slanted edge to the plate of metal, and you've them sitting beside each other. So you've this like valley running. You've this like a 60-degree angle valley running through the 2 bits of steel, and your objective is essentially to weld them together at that point, like, you know, and you have to like fill that valley in with the weld. And what you're required to do is like use this like triangle technique where like you start and then you go in and up and then down and then like back, right? So you're just doing this constantly. But like you're like, I can't remember if I think I went from top to you went from top to bottom. So you just went like and like kneaded the weld down, like, you know, or knotted it, like. And the first couple I did to try and get used to the technique, like, weren't great. Like, you know, the weld was falling at the back, the fucking weld wasn't right, like, and so on and so forth. Like, and like I didn't show up for like 3 days in a row or some shit. I was fucking like fobbing off, smoking weed and shit. Like, and then the day of the exam, I go in and like I'm fucking a bit high and shit. Like, and I like fucking like just like perfectly did it. Like I did it like fucking perfectly, like to a professional grade level. Like where they like take it out, cut it, and bend it and all to see the weld and shit. Like, and the teacher was talking to us at the like after they examined all of them. Like he had us all in front of him in a semicircle, and he was talking to us. And he was like, now it's really important that you practice these techniques regularly. Like, you know, if you have your own welding gear at home, you know, find yourself some scrap metal and like, you know, challenge yourself to like, you know, do different angles and stuff like that. Don't be like this fucker who doesn't show up for a week and then comes in and just fucking wings it. Like, And they're standing there looking at me like, sorry. I've always been like that. I've always been like, I could just hit the bullseye, like, randomly, like, and then I'll try to hit it and I'll hit like a 2. Oh, that's why I've always, it's like, don't try hard. Try, but don't try too hard, like, don't force things. Be like water, my friend. Flow. There we go. Yeah. When I put the yellow over this, it'll show up much better. Hopefully. With any luck. Okay. You will notice here on PEINTEIGU that I paint everything from memory. I have no reference points. I can't remember the last time I seen a wrecking ball truck or whatever they're called. Wrecking ball crane. I know a lot of them do be on threads. Paint. Okay. Right. That gives us our basic shape of the crane. I don't need to do, yeah, because the rest of it would be black and yellow and stuff. So it'd be grand. Part of me was thinking of doing like a kind of like half Optimus Prime, half truck looking thing. I'm gonna put the wrecking ball like here, roughly there. And then I don't know. I might just actually like. Or just paint a truck like being hit by the wrecking ball, like no. Right, I think I'll go with that. I'll go with grey. Big grey cab. I'll do a grey cab. Well, no, like a red cab and grey trailer. Is what I meant to say. Okie dokie. Always important to follow the correct protocol when tending to your bitches. My bitches. It's my bitches. I should have put more clamps on the thing. That's why I actually do. It's funny. I did, like originally I was like, oh, I don't like canvas because it's textured, and like I like a flat thing where I can get really clean lines and stuff like. But now I love canvases because you can they just stay flat. You can put so much work into them. Like, well, to be a novice. It's so funny. Like it was weeks ago, but like a few months ago even. and I was in a shop down the road called Mr. Price, where I get most of my supplies. And I was talking to the lady behind the till, and like, you know, because I was getting art supplies, she was like, "Oh, do you do art?" Like, you know, I was like, "Yeah, I'm an artist." Like, and she was like, "Oh, do you teach?" I was like, "No." And the whole way home, the whole way I was walking home, I was like, "Maybe I should teach." Like, but I don't like. Not I don't think. I know I don't like. Well, like, I could teach someone the basics, like, you know what I mean, and I could teach them what I know. But like, you know, when you think of teaching a skill or a fucking craft or something like that, it's like I just don't see myself as a teacher. Like, you know, paint, painting good, paint truck, big truck, great truck, big truck, paint truck, big truck. Paint, paint. Red. Paint, paint. Paint truck. Big truck. Well, vaguely look. It kind of looks like the. It kind of looks like it's punching it. Oh, that's hilarious. Looks like he's stitching the thing a right hook. Like, fuck's sake. There's a painting I did. There's a painting I did a while ago. Actually, of the samurai is like cutting a snake, and like I think it actually looks so funny. It's pure like basic and shit looking, but at the same time, I don't know. I think I just captured something. It just makes me laugh when I look at it. Like. Apart from like symmetrical, like cool looking designs and stuff, that is like genuinely my favorite thing to create. Is like stuff like this, you know, stuff that's just like interesting and cute and funny and quirky and like something you look at and just be like, that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my favorite shit. Like it's just stuff you look at and be like, that's cool. Like, okay. Paint. Paint truck. Shade truck. Gray truck. Paint. A PEINTEIGU. A PEINTEIGU. PEINTEIGU. Paint. Paint. Right. Bit of blick. A bit of blick in this bitch. Oh, that's way too watery. What's this? An advertisement? No, it's not. It's not an ad. That crane is kicking that truck's ass. Oh fuck! I almost want to put a fucking like speech bubble in, just like, sure you can, like, sure you crane. Oh fuck! It looks like a truck. Must be a truck. Hey ya! Be gone, try. Little bit of white. Get off my canvas, you little fuck. I must have fruit in one of the bins or something. There's a single fruit fly just like fucking harassing my ass. Painting at odd angles and like painting while you're tilted is so fucking funny. Like the faces I can feel myself pulling, like, you know, like being like this and be like like trying to fucking the faces you pull when you're trying to get something really accurate, like you like contort your body and like, you get it right there. Like, oh fucking hell. I don't want a dark red to shade that truck in though, but I'm gonna get some yellow on this crane. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. That crane is kicking that fucking. I love that. Like, that crane's kicking that truck's ass. My apologies for being so bad at business that you did the very kind thing and attempted to support me financially and found it awkward and difficult. Damn homo fries! Oh, stop! The fucking the amount of flies that like used to be in my old house. Like my ma had this like really horrible habit of she'd get like a bag of potatoes or something on the cupboard that she'd get the potatoes in. She would like forget they're there, like, you know. And legit, one time, like I'd never seen anything like it. For weeks, we were like, where the fuck are, there was a lot of them. We were like, where the fuck are all these flies coming from? Like, what is the crack, like, you know? And it got so bad that me and a friend of mine were like, right, hold on, we need to, like, I start ripping the kitchen apart, because like that's where we were like, all right, they have to be like coming from there, either the sink or like there's some food somewhere in a corner, that like something, like, you know. And I opened that fucking cupboard and I look at the back of it, and like, no mess, whatever potatoes were there, they'd been there for like over a year easily, or maybe even over 2 years. There was massive roots coming out of them that had like tried to get out and died and shit, like they were right in the back of a cupboard at the corner, like. And it had grown like into like this mass of like decaying potato material. And there was just like, when I opened the cover, there was like a few flies and shit. So I was like, oh, it's probably in here. Like, and then we moved something out of the way, and there was just hundreds of them, and there was hundreds of dead ones too, just littered about the place. Now I had to like take all that out and steam clean it and shit. Like the shit that me and my friends as teenage boys found in my house as a result of my mother's hoarding and refusing to clean certain rooms and shit like that. Like, oh my God. Like, it was like something you'd see on the telly. Like there was not often, but like there was a few times over the years where like I'd move something and I'd just be like, oh, whoa. You know, like, and the two lads behind me would be like, oh, and would like walk away. And I'd just be left dealing with this thing, being like, Jesus Christ, like. And then I'd just be giving me like dog's abuse, because I'm like, you're the mother, you're the female, like, do you know what I mean? You're the one that's supposed to be like smacking me with a fucking, you know, shoe because I haven't cleaned my room, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I did all that shit myself. There was a stage where I didn't keep my room clean. And it did get to a stage where I was like, oh my God, there's mold in that bowl. Ew. I was a teenager though. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many things like that where I'm like, I feel like decades ahead of most people, because I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And then in other ways, I feel like, you know, a fucking child. Like, it's mad. Like, it is a very interesting time to be alive. I'm thinking. That sounds crazy. Yeah, it was like my fucking my ma still is a bit like, but my ma was a proper lunatic after my dad left. Like, when my dad broke up with my ma, I was like 14-ish, and she just like snapped. Like, which is understandable, like, do you know what I mean? But like, fuck me, like, just pathological liar, wouldn't accept responsibility for anything. Everything was my dad's fault, or like, you know, not her fault. I'm a single mother, like, I have 2 kids to feed, like, you know, my husband left me and all, like, just massive victim consciousness, really bad victim consciousness, like. And I'd say that's what it bled into me. I was like, you know, I was just like totally numb and like enamored by like, my life has been destroyed by my father. You know, my father and my mother are both liars. Like, just one, that was one of the fundamental things in the last like 10-15 years that just like sent me down a dark path where I was just like, there is no hope. Like, they're all, if my own mother and father are willing to betray me and lie to me, then I can't trust anyone. Like, it was so bad. Like I think like that's why Wishy and I are so close in a sense, because like we're trauma bonded to fuck in a lot of ways. Like, because she went through her own share of shit as well. Like everybody has a story, you know. Granted, some people's stories are like more shocking than others, or more exciting than others, or more boring than others, or whatever. Like, but everybody's got a fucking story. PEINTEIGU. Gonna need to shade down that fucking. I'm not shades down. I need to like get a slight orange tinge to this yellow, so that I can shade it. That's a bit too much. Much too much. Much too much. I want to watch Ace Ventura now. What's better, Ace Ventura 1 or Ace Ventura 2? Because Pet Detective is like so fucking funny, but When Nature Calls has still got some great moments. Like the bit when he comes out with the rhino is like one of the most iconic things ever. Like, just the little girl being like, "Mommy!" and like emerging from this fucking synthetic rhino. Like, that made me cry laughing when I was younger. Like, I was still a child. Like, I was pre-teenager watching the Jim Carrey movies. Like, it was like fits of laughter. Like, fucking face and jaw and stomach sore from laughing so much at how like just unbelievably off the fucking wall Jim Carrey was in certain. It was just so funny. Like, that bit where he's pretending to be insane, that so Courtney Cox's character can like, she's like, "Oh yeah, my brother's insane," so she brings him to the fucking thing. Halftime, he just boom, smashes his head into the bench and just stays there. And she's like, "He'll be fine there for about 20 minutes." I'm open. Bails over the bush. Oh fuck! And like Liar Liar is a brilliant movie. Like right at the end, paint. Right at the end of Liar Liar, where he's like he's on the gurney, and his wife is there. And he's like, "Miranda, great news! Both my legs are broken, so they can't take me straight to jail." Honestly, even like, just the sentences he would say, like, and the way he would deliver them, like, oh fuck. needs to be a little bit darker. Like you can kind of see shading on it, but it's not great. Jesus Christ, that red is so strong. Holy fuck. Just a little tiny bit of the red in with the yellow. It was like orange. Like fuck. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. There we go. That's a bit better. I'll put grey in there actually. Okay. I'll be able to make it look more like threads as well. Right. Let's get the wrecking ball on this wrecking ball. Get them move fast lines. You gotta have them move fast lines, you know? There is something incredibly satisfying about especially getting a black line because it's just so, you know, definite and present on the canvas or page typically. Just getting a nice clean brush stroke, you know. They're all the rage these days on fucking Instagram and such. My girlfriend once suggested I write a book about my experiences. I think that's silly. If your girlfriend suggested you write a book about your experiences, like what the fuck have you experienced? Like you must have experienced some shit, you know? Unless she's just really easily impressed. One wrecking ball. One ball. The first one is my favorite, but the second one is wicked funny. Yeah. Yeah, Pet Detective is fucking brilliant, but the second one is still really funny. Fucking. Shikashi. Ah! Chicago. Oh. Chicago. You're out of chap comes out covered in snot and all. Like, oh, God. Fucking funny. The Wahutu tribe and the Wachati. Like right at the end of the movie, your man's screaming like, "She's not a virgin," and Jim Carrey's just like, "Whoops." Right, some grey. Back to the grey. Jim Carrey truly knew how to embody any character he played. Yeah, like totally. From what I heard and what I saw, he did a great job as the villain in the Sonic movies. Like I watched number 23, but I was like, yeah, it's like whatever. And like I tried to watch I can't remember, fucking something of a spotless mind, sunshine of a spotless mind or some shit. Like I tried to watch that and I was like, what the fuck is this? But like it may very well be just because like I can't take Jim Carrey seriously, you know. Like I couldn't take him seriously in a like in any serious role. Like it's just like, do something funny. You're Jim Carrey. Like what the fuck? Like similar to Eddie Murphy. It was like difficult to take Eddie Murphy seriously. It's like everything you see him in, he's funny, and like and you see him in something that's trying to be serious, and you're like, it's fucking Eddie Murphy though. Like, I can imagine that would be like annoying for an actor to be like, oh, I'm just known as this now, you know. But like that kind of like proves how good of an actor you are. Is like if you're known for something, and then you can still pull off another role so well that they're like, oh, he was great as this, but like he was also great as this. And, you know, I mean, like think about it. It's just like Ian McKellen's like he's just Gandalf. He's just Gandalf. You know, he's not anything else. He's just Gandalf. Well, he's also a fag. Yeah, that wrecking ball crane is definitely kicking that truck's ass. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna clean up the crane a bit. For that, I need a different bitch, a more accurate bitch. It's hard to take him seriously when he's made a career of doing mostly funny shit. Yeah, like Gadolf. Indeed. That's funny. You can also call Hitler Gadolf. Oh yes, I was a big fan of the Adolf Hitler. Oh, you mean Gadolf Hitler? How funny would it be if, like, when you die, like you're still like around, like in a sense, like, and you can still like view stuff, and it's like you get to watch how people see you after your death, and imagine the amount of people that are like, "Are you fucking serious? That's how they remember me? Fuck!" Like, one of the most enjoying enjoying, one of the most satisfying things to do for me is painting patterns, like just repeated strokes to create something. Like so fucking like it's so easy to get into a meditative state when you're doing something like that. Like just sitting there for fucking ages, totally like totally absorbed in what you're doing. Like paint, painting, paint, painting you, painting me, painting you. Okay. Okay, you. Some more black to just finish it off. Paint. Is that ball black enough? If Hitler was big into musical theatre instead of painting, he would be great. Yeah, like I always found musical theatre very camp, you know, pantomimes and stuff like that. Like, he's behind you! It's like, this is fucking stupid. Never took to it, like, never fucking took to it. Okay, we got our dragon, we got our crane, we got our truck. Now for some embellishes and details or some shit. I don't know. Some extras. Didn't Otto come on and request a fucking paraglider or something like? Hey. I could do a paraglider somewhere. Probably be small though. I might be able to put him in the tree. I'd be able to put him in the tree actually. Okay. Paint. Get a nice military green going. I want it a little bit brown or get a little bit of red in here. Dear God, that red is so powerful. So powerful. Holy shit. Went from green to brown immediately. And I took like a tiny bit of red. Like. Okay, there we go. Paraglider after getting caught in the trees, just witnessing the fucking crane and truck throw down. Like, this is not the festival I thought I was invading. What is this? I was expecting homos and loads of like glow sticks. Little bit of water. A marvelous scene we have going here, and I do vaguely remember a mention of a paraglider. Yeah, paraglider stuck in a tree. So if Otto ends up watching this stream later, he better be fucking appreciative. And some of the scenes I've ended up with in some of the painting goes, it's just like, what's going on? What is happening? Right. Okay. Still have a little black here before I need to reload. Action. Reload. You ever play any of the Time Crisis games, man? I used to fucking love those light gun, the gun con shooters. Love Time Crisis and Die Hard and fucking House of the Dead. And, such good crack. I'd spend like half an hour to an hour fucking calibrating the gun on my shitty little telly and all, so it would be like really accurate and shit. Defender Geppu. Hiya! That military green going. Get it into you. You barely see him. You can just see that there's something in the tree. On my tiny screen, anyway. Can I fuck? Oh shit! Stuff's the brush. The bitch has a scapade. Oh my god, there's filth everywhere. Hold on a second. This desk is just getting it. Right. Can I full screen this? Yeah, I can barely see him. But he's there. He's there. Pain. I turned up the resolution on the stream and all. Like I think it's like at 720 now. I might try and bump it up to 1080 and see if it holds stable, which I'd say it will. But we'll see. Kind of need some browns in here. Oh, that's a nice kind of like dark green, actually. That's a nice shade of green. Hey, yeah. What's the Palestinian flag again, isn't it? It's the green yoke with the crescent and the star, is it? I was trying to think of easily identifiable decals and stuff that I could put on them. I want brown. Give me brown. Asking the paint to give me the color I want instead of having the skill and confidence to create the color. Please go brown. Please. Trying to get the right color to be able to shade the underside, the backside of this, so that I can make it apparent that it's hollow with no air in it and shit, Right. We're nearly at the 2-hour mark because of my slow burner of a fucking beginning to the stream. So we will not be playing that. This has escalated. Welcome to. Oh God, I'm not with it this morning. Brother Demo, welcome to PEINTEIGU. This has escalated. Time Crisis and House of the Dead were really fun. Oh, they were fucking deadly. Christ, what happened since I was last here? You had the tree the last I saw. Yeah, since the tree. Hold on, I go full screen here. Fuck it. Since the tree, we have added a purple pinking dragon. Purple pimping. A player pimp. Purple dragon. And all right, so Damo, basically what we found out is Africans don't have dragons, right? It's a bit weird, isn't it? If all life originated in Africa, how come they're one of the only cultures that don't have dragons? It's a bit suspect, isn't it? So if blacks did have dragons, what would they look like and what would their powers be? Obviously, they would be purple, player pimp purple, gilded in gold, and I know the rings look like straight out of Sonic or some shit. And instead of fire, they would breathe like liquid, like flaming hot Kool-Aid, like a Kool-Aid vapor or some shit like. So that's hence the player pimp dragon. And now we have the other thing was a crane and a truck, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to paint a crane as in the bird or a crane as in the machine. So I went with the machine, and I have a machine standoff. Oh, defender burp. Oh God, that was so satisfying. I need more coffee. We have a wrecking ball fighting a truck. Like Demon Hunter Bear's comment was hilarious. That wrecking ball or that crane is kicking that truck's ass. I'll put like details on the crane. I'll try and put details on the truck. I know that the crane is gammy looking. like the mountains and the tree and the fucking and even the dragon looks cool. The crane, like the truck is like 2D. Like the crane literally looks like I let my fucking 3-year-old daughter come in or some shit and fucking like ridiculous looking. Oh God. But anyway, you are late to PEINTEIGU, Brother Damien. That sound like fucking straight out of some kind of like Catholic fucking cult or some shit. Like, Brother Damien, you have arrived. We can now begin. Thank you, Demon Brother. Ascended is most fitting. Oh shit. This has escalated. No, this has ascended. I fucking love it. Right, I'm dying for a piss. I need to get some food into me. I hope you enjoyed this morning's PEINTEIGU. I did. I think PEINTEIGU for a few weeks or months now is probably just going to be me and Demon Hunter just chilling. Which I'd love that. I think it's fucking brilliant. Like, oh, I need more coffee. Right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ye cunts, or I will unleash Carlos, the former Colombian drug lord's tiger, upon ye. And ye will regret that. I will remove the bucket and sunglasses from this little cunt, and you will regret it. Like and subscribe, you cunts. Buy a PEINTEIGU. I have merch. Buy some merch. Support the stream. Super chat me. PayPal me or some shit. I don't fucking know. Just give me your money because I deserve it. And you don't. You don't need it. You don't deserve it. You're a slave. Right, where's my outro music? I need an outro. Need to leave with a bang. Nice to catch the ascendancy before it. I just caught it right before the end. You see you! You fucking designed to sell, bitch. The fuck off my stream. Right. This has been PEINTEIGU. Same time tomorrow. Or will it be? What day is today? Thursday. No. Tomorrow I do evening PEINTEIGU. Tomorrow PEINTEIGU will be in the eve of the Ning. So for now, this has been PEINTEIGU. I have been Defenderu. And you mere mortals have been graced with my presence and should appropriately support such things. Speak the truth. Be good to your fellow man and woman. And I'll see you soon. Don't be a queer. Sayonara! And 1,000 blessings upon you and yours.